Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see I've got a single 6x12 pocket page happening here. These are photos from around Quebec City at night. I do also have this already on hand ready to go. I want to use it somewhere. I love that it's red because I've got red in these photos. It might end up being right here, but it really depends what I choose for this pocket. And then I wanted to show this. I've already done the insert that's going to sit on this side. So technically this photo does go with all of these, but I'm kind of treating it as a standalone thing since it's a special insert. And on the other side, I just decided to use this very fancy sticker that I got of Quebec there. So that's what I have happening. So I'm not really concerned about doing anything with this. I just wanted it to sit there sort of as a reminder, oh yeah, this is how it's going to look in the album. So what I need to do here is just like make sure, do I like these photos where they are? I'm pretty sure I do. I need a card for here. I need to adhere this somewhere. And then I need some other embellishments or ephemera as well. All right, I have grabbed out my 3x4 cards that I had put in my Canada bin. Something in there hopefully will work. I know I have red and white Canada themed ones, which would be great. If I used one of those, then I definitely would have to put this like somewhere else, which is fine. But I don't exactly remember what all the red and white ones look like. It's been a while. And then, I do have some that also are in French because I had some cards from when I was in France and I was like, okay, well that works since they speak French in Quebec. Can use any of those. I don't exactly remember what those are either. So I don't know, like something like this. I could do it and then maybe like add this on and that would be fine. I think black and white is okay. I would like something maybe a little more exciting, but it would be okay. And I do have to keep in mind as well, I still have Montreal coming and I have a ton of photos from Montreal. So I need to keep some things in reserve for that. We'll see, what ends up happening. I don't like that there at all. I'd almost rather use this one maybe like at the end, if I have something to say, like on my closing page or something about the whole trip, like that is probably something that I would consider more for that than I would here. There's another one. I'm not crazy about this here. If I could cover this up maybe with something like here and here. I don't need these here. I would almost like it better if there was less happening at the top. So I can certainly keep it in mind, but Bon Appetit, I don't need that. Wrong color. Now that would have matched really well with, come on, is that it? Over here? But that's okay. Hey, bonsoir. Now, here's the thing. I love the sentiment, but it's very, very blue. That's a lot of blue. Now, I do have a gold glitter pen, so I could like highlight some of this in gold, which would be nice. Where is that? Here it is. This. So I could certainly do that. Whoa, my camera went a little funky there for a second. So I have that. Would this be too much? I don't like these next to each other, but this isn't bad actually. Would be better to put it there or here. And then use this. You know what? If I use this card, maybe I'll do the inking first. But hold on, let's get through the rest of these first. Ooh, I like this one. Wee. When I see those together, I don't like the grid. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't like it. Ooh, that one's not bad. It's just got a bunch of geodes. What would I put on it, though? That's the question. Nope, I would leave that there, but I'd have to make something there. I don't mind that. Actually, let's put these both over here. I'm considering those. Here and there. I think I'm going to stay away from blue in the rest of these. We're getting lost in the streets. That's a good one for exploring the city in the daytime. Now, there is a little bit of yellow, and this will sit next to it, but you know what? I don't like that. It's almost too busy because there's so much happening in these other ones. Nope. Oh, here's a red one. Do not be afraid to explore the city because it is big for a reason. Well, I mean, I kind of like that, but I'd almost rather save that for Montreal too, because Quebec City isn't nearly as big. Big City Adventure. Oh, it says tour. Shoot, I could have used that one like on my my pictures that were from the church and the waterfall and all that. But you know what? I did a tour in Montreal too, so that's okay. Maybe it'll get used there. These all food. Kind of drinks and food. Okay. All right. Well, then it's between these two. That one or this one. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to do the Bonsoir card. I'm going to do some of my inking here with my glitter pen. If I end up not liking it, it doesn't work, whatever might happen, I can always revert to this and make something work with that, I'm sure. So this is kind of my backup. I don't want to get rid of it just in case something happens. It's my backup. But now I can do some glitter pen here. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of just highlight these, like the little diamond star shapes there, and see what that looks like. If I feel like that's not enough, I could do the underlined area of Bonsoir because this is still a lot of white showing, and I think that would be okay. I've done the glitter pen here, and it actually shows up really nicely on that blue background. I was afraid it wouldn't show up well enough and I'd need more. I actually think it's okay. But I'm looking at these little white dots and I'm wondering, I have some very small rhinestones. And like not 3/16. They're even smaller than that. I'm wondering if I could use some of those. Now they're bigger than what's shown here, but I wonder if it's just enough to add a little sparkle and shine. So I'm going to grab those and see what they look like. If they're too big, it's fine. I can figure out something else or just leave this alone. All right, so these are the rhinestones I was thinking. I'm just going to grab a bunch and just put them out here. They're definitely bigger than this, but is that too much? Let's try this one. Let's see if I can pick it up with my little tweezers there. Yeah. What would it look like? Oh, that's kind of big. Sorry if you can hear my cat. Let's do another one. Come on. There we go. Shoot, I think those are too big. Or are they? I don't know. I kind of like the sparkle because it's nighttime. And especially that it's clear. I wouldn't want to use like all this color. Like I have this amber color. Let me get it here. But I think like that's too much. With the gold, yeah, I don't like that. But I kind of like the way the clear ones look. Should I do it? I don't know. I did decide to do the mini rhinestones and I love it. I think it's just enough. A little sparkle and shine. I like it. I also like the Quebec City here. So I think the only other place I could do it is maybe here, but then I cut off the top of this, which I don't like. So you know what? I'm just going to do it. And then I'm going to have to decide, like, do I want staples in there or not? I don't know that it needs it here. Is it pretty centered? Let's look. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now I have all that. If I'm going to add something else, I could do something red maybe up here. The rest of these are kind of full. So if I do it, yeah, it has to be here. All right, I think I have found what I want to do. I pulled out all of these red pieces I had, and in there I have this one that says So Special. And that is fitting because I really fell in love with Quebec City. I would love to go back if I had more time and not worry so much about like rushing around to sightsee. I would take more time to just wander. Not that we didn't do that. We actually did just have quite a bit of time to do that, but I would take more is what I'm saying. And we really spent a lot of our time like in the upper area up by the Chateau Hotel and then outside of the city. We didn't see as much as kind of the lower city area. That's where our Airbnb was, but we didn't actually spend a ton of time down there. I wouldn't mind going back and just doing that, just to see what it's all about, get to see the differences between the areas of the town. So there's that, but I think I am going to use this. I can fit it right in that space, and then it doesn't cover up anything really. I think I want it a little bit more to the left. How's that? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's good. Now, the question is though, does that need a staple? I think no. I think no, because when I'm looking at these, like there's quite a bit happening here. That's probably enough. I don't need to overdo it. So here is another one done for Canada. Thanks for watching.